Hello and welcome to the Barefoot Revolution podcast. Yet again, we had a sensational week. Every team scoring. Not yet seen a goalless draw this season. So, how was the game week, guys?
The game भी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. There is a devastatingly, excruciatingly bad game going on between West Brom and Burnley, which is 0-0. So, putting that caveat across. But I think like it's just getting more and more weird every week, right? Like this was the weirdest. Like it even beat last week in terms of weirdness. I mean, last week was two absolutely outlandish results, but this week 3 results which were like absolutely incredible. And like we'll get to the games later, but like if things go this way, I think this season is going to be one of the most memorable in my lifetime or maybe anyone's lifetime.
सही में यार कि ये गेम वीक तो कुछ ज्यादा ही पागलपंती था. इतना एंटरटेनिंग गेम वीक था ना ये. मतलब चल रहा है अभी तक तो, और लीड्स वाला मैच बाकी है अभी.
The fact that ये वाला game week comes after an excruciatingly boring international break और impact ज़्यादा लगता है कि बाप रे बाप. Like the difference in quality and the difference in intensity, it's unbelievable.
You think fans के ना होने से ऐसा हो रहा है? क्योंकि एटमॉस्फेयर पे ज़्यादा फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है. फैंस नहीं है, कोई बैक नहीं कर रही टीम को ऐसा.
I mean definitely fans होने से प्रेशर होता है, बहुत प्रेशर होता है. तो मोस्टली डिफेंसिव प्रेशर होता है बहुत ज़्यादा, because you're super scared of conceding. वो फैक्टर है नहीं, तो इसलिए you can see all of the teams are going all out. Like उनको I think psychologically उनको they're having a difficult time, you know, falling back and managing games. And तो fans ना होने से हाँ goals increase होना मतलब correlation तो है. I don't think it's a causation, but I think that the players are under a little less pressure.
क्योंकि मुझे नहीं लगता वेस्ट हैम कमबैक कर पाता अगर फैंस होते तो.
Definitely नहीं कर पाता है. पर बोल नहीं सकते यार. I've seen Spurs throw away like shitty leads last season also, but हाँ मतलब without fans there's always there is the home side. उनके पास कम pressure होता है. Even if they lose, like it's not as devastating as it would be if the fans were in the ground, and so they play all out and open football. Opponents का भी exact same impact है कि like if they go down now, they don't feel it's down and out, and they always have a chance to come back, and we're seeing that. Like there's plenty of evidence of that happening all around the Premier League.
यहाँ पर सोचना फैंस पागल हो रहे होंगे वापस आने के लिए. जिस तरीके से ये पूरा सीजन जा रहा है, हर मैच में सोच कोई ना कोई ड्रामा है, कुछ ना कुछ इतना एक्साइटिंग है.
तो सोच सकता है वो Everton Liverpool in front of like a packed Goodison Park. Like I can't even imagine. Like goosebumps आते हैं यार. मतलब it's devastating, and on top of that they've come up with this whole pay-per-view model जो तुम लोग के लिए मतलब वो नहीं है क्योंकि तुम लोग को सारे मिलते हैं हॉटस्टार लाइफ सेवर. पर यहाँ पे like fans and even season ticket holders who have paid full season ticket fees have to buy games now for £15 a game. तो सोच सकते हैं it's incredible. Like it's bullshit. Like to starve fans of such entertainment, like it's incredible.
So let's start our recap. Starting with the Merseyside derby, Everton versus Liverpool, 2-2 draw.
क्या बोलना है. I think I predicted, like हमारा prediction episode आया नहीं था, but like I had jokingly predicted कि Dominic Calvert-Lewin would score and Everton would draw, and मतलब क्या बोल रहा था तो reverse jinx ना. एक prediction किया था मैंने कि I'm not convinced about Dominic Calvert-Lewin और अभी Ballon d'Or nominee बनने वाला है, but like I think Liverpool deserve to win. I think they're extremely unlucky. Shady offside decision. I mean it doesn't make any sense for like these offsides to stand. I mean, I think Liverpool were hard done by, और वो मतलब Pickford ने पूरा Premier League खोल दिया है with one challenge, one tackle. But incredible game again. Everton showed that they can fight with the best, but again like I think Liverpool really unlucky.
सही में यार. और ये VAR के decisions कोई सेंस नहीं बनते यार. और ये माने वाला ऑफसाइड था भी कैसे ये भी नहीं समझ आ रहा है. वो लाइन ड्रॉ कैसे कर रहे हैं जिससे वो ऑफसाइड दिख रहा है. कोई सेंस नहीं बनता यार.
कोई सेंस नहीं बनता है. और लाइक जेटी इतना पैशनेट हो रहे सोच रही थी वो कितना मतलब कितना दर्द हुआ होगा. बट लाइक I think VAR's lost it, and I think if you try and get to that level of scrutiny फिर बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है क्योंकि फुटबॉल फिर लाइक वो फ्लो ही खत्म हो जाता है. लाइक एनीथिंग कैन बी गिवन एन ऑफसाइड. जैसे तू बोल रहा है, कहीं से भी एक रेड लाइन ड्रॉ करते देखा है, कहीं से भी एक रेड लाइन ड्रॉ कर देते हैं. मतलब इट्स रिडिकुलस.
का लाइन ही इतना स्टूपिड है ना.
नाक वाक अगर तेरा बाल भी निकला हुआ ना, वहां से भी एक लाल लाइन.
इस बार यही तो बोल रहे कि माने के आम का कोई बाल ऑफसाइड था, उसके
वजह से. एंड दिस कुड बी अ सीजन चेंजिंग रिजल्ट, राइट? सोच लिवरपूल अगर 2 पॉइंट से हार गए तो मतलब माने का बाल.
ridiculous. Van Dijk का इंजरी,
that's the most important thing, कि वो तो ACL
से अब क्या होगा लिवरपूल के ऊपर इम्पैक्ट. उनका पूरा डिफेंसिव स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड इसके वैन डाइक और एलिसन की वजह से तो, और दोनों इंजर्ड है. और वैन डाइक तो ऑलमोस्ट पूरा सीजन नहीं खेलेगा शायद.
सोच अगर डिस्पाइट द इंजरी लिवरपूल अगर टॉप पे हुआ एंड लास्ट फ्यू गेम्स वैन डाइक आके जिता दिया. द स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स हैव हैपेंड इन फुटबॉल. आई थिंक लिवरपूल आर स्ट्रांग इनफ टू नॉट मिस VVD too much, but they're not. This is probably the end of the season for them in terms of title challenge. I think they will put up a fight, but very difficult without VVD. क्या लग रहा है? रिवर्स जिंक्स दे रहा हूँ?
नहीं. एक काफी है.
DCL. But having said that, तुम लोग को लगता है अब एवर्टन टाइटल कंटेंडर्स?
नहीं,
नहीं लगता.
पर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एस्टन विला हो सकता है.
ये तो जिंक्स तू लिख ले. ये जिंक्स होने वाला है.
For the next match, 4 wins in a row.
Incredible, na?
They won just 9 matches last season.
Wow, what a stat!
Imagine यार, पूरे सीजन 38 मैचेस में से 9 जीते. अब स्टार्टिंग के 4 consecutive, और वो भी लिवरपूल को 7-2 हराया, लेस्टर को हरा दिया, वो भी क्लीन शीट रख के. आई थिंक 2 या 3 क्लीन शीट रख चुके हैं ना फर्स्ट 4 मैचेस में.
भाई तो मार्टिनेज को मैंने ऐसी गलती से ले लिया था, मुझे पता नहीं था. मैं केपा के रिप्लेसमेंट लिया था, बट लाइक ही इज अ ब्रिलियंट गोलकीपर. लास्ट सीजन लाइक आर्सेनल के लिए आई थिंक ही वाज द स्टैंड आउट प्लेयर, और फिर स्टूपिड उन्होंने बेच दिया उसको. बट ही इज हैविंग अनदर स्टेलर स्टार्ट टू अ सीजन, एंड आई थिंक 3 clean sheets because I've got 3 clean sheet points for and he saved the penalty also. Phenomenal, yaar. But Leicester, unfortunately, Leicester, it's sad to see a team hit by so many injuries. Ab unka bhi Soyuncu is gone. Like he's gone for at least 2020. So it's almost as bad as VVD. I think he's a very important player. And so many injuries. It's sad.
Ross Barkley तो मतलब prime Iniesta role में खेल रहा है.
What a signing, na? What a signing.
Okay, so now let's talk about Chelsea versus Southampton. Still, the defensive issues are there.
But I think defensive issues, sure, that performance by Timo Werner, like I think we've discussed, right, JT? Like, and this is one of the things that we've agreed on. Ki, while he hasn't scored, I think he's been one of the best Chelsea players by far, with his movement or that's how he will score. Like, you have to have a Jorginho or a Ziyech giving that one-time pass. What a pass, Jorginho! Baap re baap. Oof, that was brilliant. And then his chip over the keeper and the head, it was brilliant. What a performance by Timo Werner. What a first goal. That turn, yaar, matlab, breathtaking. Like, the Premier League season has been so strange that we are not picking up these moments of absolute genius, and we're talking about other things like people getting injured. But that turn by Timo Werner, yaar, how good was that?
Timo Werner, exactly, yaar. जो performance दी, I think उसको बस वो थोड़ा सर्विस का जरूरत है. Ziyech के आने से बहुत कुछ टीमो वर्नर को बहुत फायदा होगा. लैम्पार्ड का कोचिंग इश्यूज नहीं लग रहा तुम लोगों को? मतलब इन गेम कोचिंग
इश्यूज तो है ही. आई थिंक बहुत एक्सक्यूजेस भी मारा व्हिच आई डोंट लाइक. लाइक वो गेम के बाद बोला कि द प्लेयर्स डिडंट फॉलो हिज टैक्टिकल इंस्ट्रक्शंस. आई मीन दैट डजंट मेक एनी सेंस, राइट? लाइक तुम वहीं खड़े हो, क्राउड एक भी बंदा नहीं है क्राउड में. The players can hear every single word that you say, and then you come out with an excuse like the players didn't understand your tactical instructions. I think there was a bit like that was non-Lampardish. I don't think he's the kind of person who hides behind excuses, but it was a defensive shit show, like absolute shit show. And we always knew Southampton were going to trouble the Chelsea defense, but the kind of goals they scored, I mean, so avoidable. Havertz getting caught in possession, Danny Ings is walking through and then scoring that goal. Jay Adams, another Kepa. That was. He keeps surprising me. He had a good good outing with Spain, and then he comes back and he does this. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just painful to watch sometimes, Chelsea. Like, really painful. For all of their talent going forward, like, they won't win it's even difficult to finish in the top 4 if you don't sort out your defensive frailties. I don't know. JT, क्या लगता है? Will they be able to sort it out?
यार, एक तो इतना डिफेंस हर मैच में there is at least one individual error जिसकी वजह से गोल पड़ता ही पड़ता है. डिजास्टर है पूरा. और स्टार्टिंग में थियागो जब आया था तब बोल रहे थे कि लैंग्वेज बैरियर की वजह से कम्युनिकेशन प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. क्या डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि ये डिफेंसिवली कैसे इम्प्रूव होंगे.
ये एक चीज बता मुझे, मार्सेलो बिएल्सा एक वर्ड नहीं बोलता इंग्लिश का. And he's bloody won the championship and now he's killing it in the Premier League. How do they come up with these? Like, Thiago Silva is not going to fit in immediately. We all know that. But Thiago Silva is not the issue. हम 5 centre backs हैं हमारे पास. Like Chelsea के पास 5 centre backs. That's the highest in the Premier League of any team, and none of them are pulling their weight. I think Ben Chilwell, again, like, I think he's class apart, but defensively he's also being a bit suspect, but he's being really really good. I think पता नहीं, I think it's all down to the central.
डिफेंसिवली उसका भी अभी कुछ ज्यादा टेस्ट हुआ नहीं है, क्योंकि अभी एक बार कोई भी बड़ी टीम आएगी उसके बाद उसका डिफेंसिवली पता चलेगा कि कैसे परफॉर्म कर पा रहा है. ऑफेंसिवली तो ही इज ब्रिलियंट, नो डाउट, बट डिफेंसिवली पता नहीं. लेट्स सी. Lampard needs to sort this out. वरना ओले या लैम्पार्ड में से इन दोनों का रेस लग रही है कौन पहले सैक हो सकता है.
But you have to give it to the Saints. I think they played really well. They're a team, they're a very defensive bowler. They're a very good team to watch. Yeah, they play such good football and such stupid football at times, which adds to the entertainment. And I think the number of goals they've conceded this season is ridiculous. But the beauty of their football is amazing, and so got to give it to them. But like, Lampard needs to step up. Excuses से नहीं चलेगा यार. $250 million का team है.
Pep schooled Arteta again. City won like 1-0. They have won 7 matches in a row against Arsenal now, scoring 18, conceding just twice.
It was such a different City performance. Like, I was like A, shocked, and B, amazed at the tactical flexibility of Pep Guardiola. Like, उसका lineup देखा था, like, it made no sense. Like, to us mere mortals, it made no sense, right? Like, 3 centre backs, and then he had Cancelo and Rodri in front, and random, like, completely random, but such a solid performance. And I think Ruben Diaz, like, what a performance, like, really really good performance. And although Arsenal had their chances, like Bukayo Saka was absolutely running them ragged, and he was really good. But I admire Tech Ball. I admire Pep's ability, like, his tactical brilliance is just phenomenal.
मैंने सुना कि Pep ने Cancelo को बोला just play on right. So Cancelo asked right what? Right back, right wing.
What a game. He had a brilliant game, Cancelo. He, like, completely turned the Arsenal defense in and out. But JD, what did you feel about Arsenal's performance? Like, your top 6? Yeah, I think they're very solid, right?
Arsenal's performance was not bad at all.
Exactly.
बहुत अच्छा performance था, but City is just another level. Arsenal, I think, will be very strong contenders for top 6. I definitely
agree.
think so.
I agree. They're very solid, na?
Yeah, defensively बहुत solid यार. और जैसे तूने बोला, बुकायो साका was brilliant वो मैच में. पूरा ट्राई कर रहा था जितना हो सके अकेला की चांस क्रिएट हो जाए किसी ना किसी तरीके से. बहुत अच्छा खेला.
पर एक गलती कर दी यार आर्टेटा ने. मतलब he was trying to outthink Pep. वो विलियन को खिलाने का कोई मतलब नहीं बनता यार. लाकाज़ेट इतना अच्छा फॉर्म में है. विलियन was the weak link यार. Like, I felt bad. Like, that's what happens when you try to outthink someone else. Like, it becomes this battle of, you know, who becomes the weirder. And Arteta lost that battle, unfortunately. Pep again, like, phenomenal. Or abhi to dekh, City, they need to win one more to get into the top 2. Like, I think they have one game in hand, and suddenly it looks like their season is, like, not that bad as we made it out to be the previous game. So yeah, it's just weird league, but like phenomenal again by City.
Ole फिर से बच गया. His players again performed when he was under pressure.
They played so well, yeah. Like, I watched that game hoping they would get decimated because they didn't have anyone playing. वो तू बोला था ना वो वेटरन माटा वो अभी ऐसा लग रहा है पेंशन ले रहा है ऐसे but he is so good यार Juan Mata like and he had a brilliant game and he was linking up with Bruno Fernandes brilliantly. They went behind but like it was a stunning performance by a United team, like stunning, like so many shots, such control of the game. It was just a matter of fact. They missed a penalty as well, surprise, but very well played. देख ओले जब भी सैक हो रहा होता है ना ये लोग suddenly जग जाते हैं यार. But again, like Newcastle, I just don't know how. Like their performance against Spurs, I think was the worst I had seen in a while by any team. Their performance against United is again like one of the worst performances I've seen. Like it's ridiculous. They have nothing going forward. They're not even a good defensive side. Very, very weird performance.
हमारा एक fan है बबलू, वो Newcastle, he's a Newcastle fan.
Yeah, like of all the history that they have, Jatin, तू बता मतलब if you watch this game, like they have nothing, they have no plan going forward. वो बंदा है जिसका वो पतली टांग है बहुत ड्रिबल करता है यार magician क्या है Alan said Maximin उसको बॉल दे देते and that's it he tries to do a bunch of stuff but like there's no sense to the play like I really don't like Newcastle and the way they set their teams up. Steve Bruce of like I like him as a manager but I think he's too his philosophy is just too old school.
Newcastle पता नहीं यार Newcastle के लिए बहुत tough होने वाला है इस season to just stay up. It's not going to be easy. They've signed decent players. Callum Wilson sign किया है, Ryan Fraser sign किया है. But I don't know. उनका जैसे तूने बोला system ही नहीं है यार. Defensively भी they are very weak. So it's just going to be very difficult.
Spurs was West Ham जब match हो रहा था and when they were 3-0 up, we were saying that Mourinho has reinvented himself.
You said that. How weak.
And they might win the league with Bale to come. Then what happened?
I mean, I'll go second on this because I have so much to say, and I'll try to think of like how I can say as little as possible. JT, what did you think of it?
Yeah, Inca's first performance was mind blowing. First 10-15 minutes में
16 minutes.
हाँ, तो और उस टाइम पे it was like ये लोग कम से कम 10 गोल मार सकते हैं जिस तरीके से परफॉर्म कर रहे थे एंड अभी तक बेल अभी तक आया भी नहीं था फील्ड पे एंड Kane and Son, my God, these guys are linked. I think these guys can link up. आँख बंद करके भी they can find each other on the field, and they're just scoring for fun. But उसके बाद, Ndombele had a very, very good match. Vivek had a good match. But यार उसके बाद I don't understand. एक गोल पड़ा उनका. उसके बाद they just lost it. और West Ham, I don't even know what to say. Or Lazzini ka last goal, yeah, that was what a goal.
I mean, like this is I think the first time in history that a team has come back from 3 goals down. Like till the 80th minute they were 3 goals down and then they come back and got a point from it. It's the first time that's happened in the Premier League. So definitely special from West Ham. Absolutely special. But like what I find really frustrating is you have all of the brilliance of, Human Song, Harry Kane, and Harry Kane is becoming this like wizard. Like जैसे तूने बोला JT वाला that pass like I don't think he even looked for like Son like he just whipped it.
I know.
Like it was like telepathic, right? And the goal he scored was phenomenal. Like that first touch, nutmeg, and then that finish was just outstanding. So I think like they've got 2 world-class players. I think 2 of the best combinations the Premier League has ever seen. And like actually the best combination the Premier League has ever seen is Lampard and Drogba, who scored a combined 36 goals. These guys have already done 29. And I think they've got another 3 years ahead, and so they'll probably beat Lampard and Drogba. But so frustrating as a Mourinho fan to see like जैसे टीबू ने कहा है कि he reinvented himself. I think he is reinventing himself, but what he has lost is his defensive intimidation, right? Like you play a Mourinho team, and in the past you used to be like maybe we'll get 1 goal. Maybe even that's going to be impossible. Like the Chelsea team, the legendary Chelsea team, conceded only 15 goals in the entire season. And similarly, his Inter team was insane. Like I just hate it. Like he went 3-0 up, and then his players in the second half, they just didn't turn up. Like उनको तू देख के तुझे लग जाएगा कि they're just like playing out the minutes. All they want to do is keep ball, pass backwards. Højbjerg and Ndombele had such great first halves, and then suddenly they were all passing backwards and sideways, and they deserved to draw. Horrible, absolutely pathetic, and it's all down to mentality. And Mourinho, he came out with this comment saying that the players psychologically they couldn't take it. But you are the manager, you are the person who has to lift them, and like it's ridiculous how just the mentality of the Spurs players in the second half, like so frustrating. I almost broke a couple of things in the house, and I'm getting married in 3 days. I hope that doesn't have any impact, but ridiculous. Like it's so frustrating, so frustrating.
That's it then. That was our recap for Game Week 5. We still have Leeds and Wolves playing right now. If something special happens, we will recap that too. But but that's it. See you all for the Champions League discussion soon.